Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So that's got things underway. Now this man, Yaya Toure, Jim, midfielders don't come much more complete and dominant than him, do they?
Well, the envy of so many opposition teams, I would guess. No one offers the complete package like...
Takes a shot! And it's hit the woodwork and out! And it's a goal! Simplicity itself.
Well, I'm giving him full marks for the way he exploited the space, Peter, but you really shouldn't be left unmarked in the middle like that. I don't think he could believe his luck.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Schneider going face-to-face with his great rival. Seedorf.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And here's Hullet. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, clearly he didn't mean it that way, and he is as disappointed as anyone.
Yeah, very careless, and I leave it at that.
And it's Schneider. Azar. And here's Hullet. Iniesta could move up a gear here. Now it's Eto'o. Yaya Toure. Hullet. Iniesta. Seedorf. Now it's Eto'o. Eto'o is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Now that looks a decent ball. He has a look up. And again, he's sorted that out terrifically.
Well, you'd expect nothing less from him, Peter.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
This is actually quite a courageous move, and I'll add ambitious and adventurous too. Borussia Dortmund really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Ferdinand. Iniesta. Vieira. Nesta. This is a promising build-up. Yaya Toure. He is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. And it's Hullet. Oh, that's well spotted. He won't be happy with that one. Iniesta. Now it's Eto'o. Eto'o will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And he gets rid in a hurry. Azar. Mbappe. And here's the chance to counter. And he has been fouled there. And here's Mbappe. Seedorf. Iniesta plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Some really good ball movement. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Yeah, we guessed that this scenario could take place because he's up against pace. Well, if he truly fancies his chances from here, he's going to need the best of the best.
Tries to pass it through. And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
Borussia Dortmund truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Cech breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Plays a sharp little ball here.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
That has been cut short. Nesta is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending. Threads one in. Mbappe stood his ground strongly.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
Azar. Schneider. Nicely weighted ball. Gullit receives it in a wide position. Oh, important interception. And that signals the end of the first period. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Borussia Dortmund finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. So straight into the second half.
Borussia Dortmund can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Ambitious ball here. Chips it through. Chance! Oh, it's fabulous! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. 2 up now, and they are cruising.
That's just downright fabulous, both the disguise and the control, and then that
And the shot! Well taken goal. Back to within 1. Interesting. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
Borussia Dortmund cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
Now, who's going to be first to this? And we have our very first corner. That is a brilliant interception. Nesta gets it clear. Toure carries the ball down the right. Looking for the far post. Cech deals with that nice and simple. And here's Gullit. Iniesta looking to be a menace in the final third. And he cuts out the supply. We expected better, and so did he. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he? Borussia Dortmund really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break.
Mbappe! Mbappe! Irrepressible! A finish right from the top draw. Gorgeous, just gorgeous.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, this is nothing less than they deserve, Peter. They're in the driving seat now.
Bellingham going forward. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Now it's Eto'o. And it's Eto'o. It's a searching pass. Bale. Hazard being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
And the shots! Just cruising! They are cruising! And they are disappearing out of sight.
En el minuto 72.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Oviedo are such an adept counter-attacking team.
Oh, shooting chance! Oh, good finish. The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 18. El dorsal 22.
So we have movement on both
El
benches.
dorsal 17.
Borussia Dortmund may be down, but not out just yet.
Serán sustituidos por...
Half an hour
el
gone in the
dorsal
second
9,
half.
Luis Suárez. El dorsal 10. Ibrahimovic.
Now it's
El dorsal
Ibrahimovic.
20. Rooney. El dorsal 23.
Well, the defence
Se va a
proved
realizar un
infallible
cambio de
then,
jugadores.
but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Adriano. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Luis Suarez. Van Dijk does really well to win the ball there. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Aimed beyond the defence. Nesta produces the perfect tackle there. Nedved. Now Cruyff. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Pelé. And they've got a throw. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Can he get on the end of this? And this is Luis Suarez. Oh, that's big chance!
That's just playing it safe and simple. Nedved really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Van Dijk herring after the ball here. Cruyff. Adriano.
Habrá 5 minutos de descuento.
Chance here to counter. He's looking unstoppable. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. It's Pele! Superb from Pele! About as smooth as it gets. He gave it plenty and some. Thrashed it in.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
Oviedo, he's rising! And yes, it's there! Certain, searing and imperial. And that is that. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, but the result is one that will make them suffer.
Well,
what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Borussia Dortmund desperately failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.
So thank you very much. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Things already rolling. Nesta kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Good running, strong and purposeful. Good read, needed to be. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Peter, I think the role Jude Bellingham.
Hazard is fouled. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
What a start, free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. A real opportunity here from a position of great potential. That's a fine save.
Absolutely terrific reflexes, goalkeeping at its very best.
Seedorf. Stam. Thuram. So Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Yaya Toure. Hazard.
He's shifting through the gears here. And a chance! Oviedo with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Surely now! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Borussia Dortmund yet to have an attempt on goal. Iniesta conjures time and space where few can. Iniesta, not one to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
Well, I thought that run had balance and control, skill and strength, the sort of desire we hope will spread.
Bellingham touches it back. And here's Hazard. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. Corner number 2 then. Thuram gets it away. Picked out brilliantly. And now they can spring out of defence. And this is one chance! Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. And he has shown him a yellow card. Stam. Seedorf. Thuram. Oh, terrible pass. That's a throw. Icon. Iniesta. Of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. Stam. Strokes it back. And the pass is intercepted.
Schneider. Well, they can break here. Getting on for a third of the way through the game.
Hullet clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
And it's Maicon. And he welcomes it in.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Bellingham.
Now it's Bale.
Bale is very much the model of the modern-day fullback.
Bale.
That's good play from him.
He's got away. The referee has given a corner.
Oviedo have their third corner. He's gone back. He's going for goal! Bellingham. Can he finish?
Now, who's going to be first to this? Borussia Dortmund couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. Maicon.
Stam.
And this is Cruyff.
Seedorf. Played in by... Terrific effort!
Boom, header just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Oh, that's fabulous. Now it's Mbappe. In towards the back stick. Seedorf with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner.
Iniesta. And Azar.
Nice looking ball. And it's made its way to him. And for the first half, that is that. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings.
To look back on the first 45 minutes.
I think they can be very happy with the flow of the game so far. They're moving the ball around very nicely. They're creating opportunities too. They must need to find a way to add that touch of quality in front of goal, that extra clinical edge.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time.
Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
We're on the move again.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Nicely weighted ball. Borussia Dortmund do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Now it's Hullet.
Eto'o.
Hangs in across. That's a decent clearance.
Iniesta.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Schneider is always playing with one eye on the spectacular.
Oh, that's clever.
Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
Still waiting for the game to take off here. 0-0. And this is Eto'o.
Chance for a shot! Off the post!
Could move up a gear here.
Bellingham. And it's Schneider. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Well, the idea was a good one, the execution of it not quite so.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Hazard.
Well, they keep pressing like that as long as they can.
Bellingham. And here's Gullit. And Gullit!
It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these...
Mbappe! And it's hit the woodwork and out!
Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them.
Bellingham takes a shot! And he's stuck it away!
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 18. Serán sustituidos por...
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Luis Suárez.
You felt it was coming. 1-0.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
And it's Hazard. Now it's Gullit.
Eto'o.
Oh, that was vital. Van der Sar is there to clear. Eto'o being watched hawkishly here.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with it.
There's the header! He's got a goal! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
What a header! Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and made it perfectly.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant. Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Shot a goal!
And no, he couldn't find the finish.
Well, we could be headed for a scenario in which next goal is the winner. That chance could have been it too.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores.
So we have movement on both benches.
El dorsal 22. Hazard. El dorsal 17.
Borussia Dortmund have now used up all but one of their substitution
El
windows.
dorsal 10.
Engages and forces him off the ball.
Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
Pull it.
Nedved. Probing pass. Dink through.
That's the keeper's ball.
No, he refuses to take the bait.
Oviedo
are looking to break at pace.
Bale.
He has found the way through. Bale puts them all in. Leicester can get it clear. Swings in across. Towering header! Oh, needed to be more decisive in the end.
Look, if they're going to counter, it has to be pacier and much more decisive.
Now it's Eto'o. Vieira.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be. This is the time you need that pace.
He's through here. And this is Pele. He is through here. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Vieira. And it's Zanetti. Into stoppage time. Very little left on it. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And that is it, the referee has seen enough.
A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. But it wasn't to be, and they're all square.
Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands. Goes for the shot!
And he was there to get a vital touch.
Sneijder is offering a wry smile there.
Oviedo with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Oh, that was vital.
And here's Ibrahimovic.
Now, what about a counter-attack? He might be in here! Pepe kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily.
Now it's Eto'o.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
When you have Edwin van der Sar in goal, it's like having an 11th outfield.
Big chance! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
That was a good run. The defence looked beaten there.
Okay, it didn't quite come off on this occasion, but you get the feeling as a team they might want to just stick with this approach.
Mbappe gets into a good position. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well.
In he goes again! He's delivered all right! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Ibrahimovic, now it's Mbappe. That pass has been well intercepted.
Borussia Dortmund really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
That has ended up in no man's land. Bellingham. Some front-footed pressing going on here. Bale. And he's forced to go back, and that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Sneijder stood his ground strongly.
Sneijder! Sneijder! Brilliant! A finish right from the top draw. A quite incredible spell. They are flying.
Smiles broad and beautiful. That is a cracking hit.
That is simply tremendous. I mean, how easy...
Oh, shooting chance! Oh, denied brilliantly.
Ibrahimovic clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Corner number 2 then. Borussia Dortmund are looking to go forward now. Vieira. Michael. Seedorf. Toure producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Bellingham is offering some sort of an apology there.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Cruyff. And here's Gullit. And Gullit!
And a neat finish. Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Gullit demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Just one in it now.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Nesta is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning.
Yeah, and he has to change it.
He's rising! Goal! 2 up now, and they are cruising.
A great delivery and a finish to match.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Oviedo now in a position far more desirable.
Well, there's only one team in it at the moment, and the question is, will they be happy to sit on this?
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Passing is crisp and sharp. Iniesta. And it's Cruyff. And the pass is intercepted. Schneider.
Oh, delightful ball.
That's the keeper's ball. Nesta. Seedorf. That's an imaginative pass. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Bale. Bale charging forward down that flank.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
Not the most convincing of passes. Stam. Oh, super ball! And a chance! It's a loose ball. And he can thump it away. It's a decent watch, a frantic watch. It is half-time. Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon.
Buena suerte a todos.
So we're underway for the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Eto'o. Eto'o unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
Iniesta. Mistake, barely into the second half, and already it is heating up. Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. A shift in momentum, perhaps.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Now it's Pelé. Looking for the run. That looks a good ball through. Can he finish? And it's hit the woodwork and out. And he can clear it away. That's tidy. Seedorf. And this is Hazard. Quality ball. Oh, easy pickings there. And here's Eto'o.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Ibrahimovic picks it up out wide. Thuram defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Gullit under intense pressure.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now. They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Vieira does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Borussia Dortmund are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 18, el dorsal 19, Ibrahimovic. Serán sustituidos por
Stam promptly onto that, and that is that.
Iniesta, cambio de jugadores.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Spread it left. It's a promising position. Impressive jump! And yes, it's there! Certain, searing and imperious.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
So the lead now is 2.
I wonder if the manager...
Real chance! Incredible! Just incredible! It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
This is such a dominant performance. The defence are sick of the sight of him, but he doesn't look finished just yet.
Oviedo palpably stronger, better, superior.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. He has found the way through. Maicon did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And this is Hullet. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. Ferdinand did incur the wrath of the referee and has earned himself a booking in the process. Well, takes a shot! Hazard. Bale. He's got away. Has a look up. Getting up there! Oh, he's hit the bar! Oh, he's been caught on it here! And this is Iniesta. Decent chance! And he seemed certain to get the 6th.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores.
Corner number 3 coming up.
Hazard. El dorsal 17. Sneijder.
Terrific effort! No, he didn't quite meet it right.
El dorsal 23. Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
Pele. Hazard. Pele quietly revving up. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Borussia Dortmund needed that. They really needed it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
And it's Azar.
And he's made sure that's not getting through.
Yaya Toure.
Pele looking to pass their way up the pitch.
Habrá 5 minutos
Just
de
seeing the board
descuento.
now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. He's shifting through the gears here.
Azar. Bale has it out wide and in space. And he's cut it out. Michael. And here's Del Piero. And this is Pullet. And Pullet! And it's there!
They will take that. They are absolutely ripping it up.
And that is that.
Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. A side that can and will trouble more or less everyone.
Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, look, it was very one-sided. Their players didn't turn up for the first half, and then it all went downhill.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere, and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. We are just getting started. Well, this is a guy who has pushed back the boundaries year on year. A brilliant maverick who just... Chance! It's their first effort on goal.
Borussia Dortmund certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Tries to get it clear. Stam. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Azar. And here's the chance to counter. Oh, that's fabulous. Pinches it off him. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Cruyff. And it's Seedorf. Ibrahimovic making good progress on the right-hand side. Oh, that's nice. Yaya Toure. And here's Bellingham. He's chosen to go back. Oh, there's a probing ball. Seedorf. And it's Schneider. He is through here. Picked up brilliant chance.
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Pass just lacking in accuracy. Well, both starting the game at a pretty decent tempo. And here's Ibrahimovic. Eto'o. Seedorf looking for the chance to skim one in from range. And he goes cross-field.
Good switch, that.
So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. And this is Hullet. Nice interception, well timed. Well, that pass isn't the best. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Stam. That's Vieira. And it's Iniesta. Now he's got space here. Pass somewhat off target. Seedorf. Pull it. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Now it's Eto'o. Yaya Toure proves too strong, too smart. That's been cut out, well played. Almost half an hour in now. Van Dijk. Maicon conjures time and space where few can. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Knocks it into space. Bellingham. And it's Bale. And he's been shifted off it. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Seedorf will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Vieira. Out towards the flank. And he's gone backward here. Azar. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Wow, look who's involved.
Oviedo couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. Well, that is one way to stop him. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. And he has shown him a yellow card. Hullet is behind this one.
He could tee it up for someone else, but something tells me he'll have a go.
And the shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Iniesta really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Mbappe with the clearance. Well, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. And this is Iniesta.
Borussia Dortmund have turned up with a human blockade. This is top.
And Seedorf! Again, a brilliant save.
Great stop from the keeper. That was something else. He's definitely coming out on top at the moment.
So, third corner of the game. Oviedo have the chance to go the other way. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So there was the first half.
Borussia Dortmund really can be happy with the strong finish to the half and have no reason to be upset with their overall performance. I think they just need to keep going now, stick at it, and eventually they'll get a break.
So both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. So right back into the action.
Borussia Dortmund are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Michael. Nesta. Thuram is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Now it's Iniesta. Maicon finding himself in space.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Ah, good steal. He just read it. Yaya Toure. He's on it. Can he get away? No, he's not getting his way this time. Whistle's gone. That's a foul. Time then for the first substitution of the game. Pepe. And it's Ferdinand. And it's Schneider. A nice sequence of passes this. Ibrahimovic! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Now it's Bellingham. He's found. He'll try from distance. Ambitious, but just off target.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence.
Vieira.
Still absolutely nothing to report here, goals-wise.
And he's managed to get free.
Mbappe! Hazard has got himself a free kick. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
Hazard.
And he plays one through. Oh, he's found support out wide. He's picked his way through. And the shot! And that's a tidy finish.
Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Borussia Dortmund have penetrated for the first time.
And the shot!
And he should have made them pay.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Stam demonstrating his defensive quality there. Plays a sharp little ball here. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. And he is going into that little black book. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
Mbappe couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go.
Tries a shot!
And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
So their fourth corner of the game. And he gets rid in a hurry. And now they can spring out of defence. That has been cut short. Bullet being hunted in packs.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Stam calmly anticipates. Passing is crisp and sharp. Space for him to turn and look.
Yaya Toure.
Now it's Snyder. Great vision. Ibrahimovic. Not a hint of offside here. Oviedo have their second corner now.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 18, Ibrahimovic. El dorsal 17, Sneijder. El dorsal
And Dijk can get it clear.
Hazard. El dorsal 19.
Yaya
Serán
Toure.
sustituidos por
Oh,
el dorsal
sweet feet.
7, el dorsal 9.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Cambio de jugadores.
You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks.
And this is Bale. And there's the header! It's in! There seemed no way back, but they are level. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this.
And this is Nedved. Opts to... He's having a hit! Loose ball now. Oh, he's been caught napping.
Caught offside that time. Vieira. Just 5 minutes remaining now. He's got away. This might spell it's Adriano! And it's hit the woodwork and out!
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
And he's straight offside.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Can he get on the end of this? And he's intervened well there.
Nesta. Pirlo.
And there's his chance to lead the counter.
We are into overtime.
Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick.
Yeah, they look as if they're intent, Peter, on stopping him outside the laws of the game, so the referee is going to have to be very alert here.
And it's Thuram.
Cross flung, it's towering header! Oh, wow, that's crazy! A game of margins, a game of thrills. This might just do it. What a header! Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
Superb timing to generate that.
And a chance! And yes, it's there! They have stolen level at the last. Truly... And time is up. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end. Not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints.
Adriano taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
And all that remains for me